How's everybody doing? Tonight we're going to be sampling the newly released Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. And this is not the first time Donkey Kong has returned, because he returned back in the day on the Wii. This was a 2010 release, if I remember correctly. And then in 2012, if I remember correctly as well, came back again on the 3DS. So literally this game has been released by Nintendo 3 separate times now. So Donkey Kong has returned a lot, but I am curious to see how exactly the newer HD version of the game compares to the other two versions of the game on the Wii and 3DS. Now, I mainly played the Wii release back in the day when it first came out. I remember being super hyped for this game back in 2010 because I grew up with the Donkey Kong Country series. I adored the games, but we didn't see a new Donkey Kong game at that time when this came out for about a decade or so. Like, Donkey Kong games were pretty sparse. And I don't even count some of the other spin-offs that Donkey Kong had over the years, like a re-release of Diddy Kong Racing, or like some of the Donkey Kong games, stuff like that. Like, we haven't had a proper platformer like the Country series since Donkey Kong Country 3, or even, you can even count Donkey Kong 64 in that regard. So this was a really big deal when it came out, and I remember playing a lot of this version. I didn't play much of the 3DS version here. I mean, I got this pretty late in its life, you can even tell, because it's the Nintendo Selects version. But this was supposed to be an enhanced port of the Wii title to the 3DS and added new features to it. Like, there's no more motion control, you can just press buttons for a lot of the same kind of interactions. There was a newer easy mode in the game, or something around that regard. It's a modern mode. Made the game a little bit easier. But other than that, it's still essentially the same as the Wii original. Add some new levels. And from what I hear, those new levels are in this HD version of the game. We're not going to be seeing those tonight because I'm just going to be sampling the game for tonight's stream. I want to try out this newer release of Donkey Kong Country Returns. See exactly how it plays compared to the other two versions, mainly the Wii original. And just get a feel of the game as a whole now in this newer system. Because from what I've seen, it's very much like a hybrid of the original and the 3DS version. In some ways, I kind of think it's like a 3DS upscaled port more than the Wii original, but again, we'll see. I actually have a Wii set up so we can take a look at the original later on if we choose to do so. But at this point, I think I've done enough rambling. So let's go ahead and actually get the game itself booted up here. Now, I have a couple different controllers on standby too, so I'm going to start playing with the Switch Pro controller, but I do have a pair of Joy-Cons just sitting here on my desk, so I might try one of these in its standalone format just to see how things could play with a single Joy-Con, because I imagine it might mirror the Wii Remote on its own control scheme, so we'll see. Alright, so don't have any files on here, so we might as well just jump straight into the action itself. And this is where we get one of the new options right away. Modern mode. In this mode, Donkey Kong has 3 hearts by default, and there is a wider variety of items available for purchase at Cranky's shop. So this makes the game easier. You got more health, more items, but outside of that, I think it's basically the same as playing original mode. Original mode just plays like the Wii original. This one I seen was in the 3DS version, so modern mode I think was called something different in that release, but it's essentially the same idea. Had more health, more items than Cranky's. I'm going to be playing on modern mode right now, so before we go any further, I also want to look at the options, because like Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, this game has 2 different control schemes. No, I don't want to do that. I want to look at the controls. There we go. So, it sets you on the default preset by, well, default. This one has a more hybrid style control. So, you can run automatically. There's no run button in this one, which is nice. You can still walk. You just have to use the actual control stick to walk, not the D-pad. But everything else is pretty standard. Everything is mapped to a button. No motion controls here of any kind. Although there is a motion control button I did see on the menu, so that might be something for, like, Joy-Con by itself. Then there's the alternate, which plays more like the Wii original, and this is how I remember playing Tropical Freeze. because I just preferred the grab button being on a physical face button on the controller itself instead of the default setup here. Grab is on the triggers, which feels weird. But at the same time, on alternate, you roll with the triggers, which also feels weird. There's not, like, the best control scheme, in my opinion, in these games. It's just kind of, you pick whichever one you feel with. I'm gonna start with default, and then we might change to something else. Also, disconnects your controller for a second there when you back out instead of confirm. Weird. Well, let's just go in. Hey, Matt, how you doing? Also, chat might look a little bit easier to read. I'm playing around with some settings here off stream, so things look a little bit better. Just a smidge. Well said, this cutscene does look really nice in this version. It looks like it was properly upscaled. Could have been put through like a proper upscale filter or something in post-production. It's not just take the video and make it HD. It looks like it had some touch-up to it. Now we got the little story. These tikis just control everybody's mind with hypnosis. That's it. That's the whole plot. This all happens because hypnosis. Oh, that looks a little funky. I'm gonna hit a save on that one. I want to look that back frame by frame. I kind of take back what I just said about the upscaling. It might have been AI upscaled because those bananas, when they were moving, looked like they were shimmering harshly. That looked kind of disgusting. When things are in full motion, this looks great otherwise, though. Yeah, we try to hypnotize DK, but there's a catch. DK's not gonna fall for it. I guess we're just that stupid? I don't know. I have single track mind. Only think of banana and punch you in the face. That's it. That's my whole gimmick. I get out of my house. Alright, so before we actually play this specific level, I'm going back to that cutscene. Because that looked, like I say, maybe had some AI upscaling jank to it. Yep. Yep. It's a little shimmery. I can see where the upscaling started to have a problem. So that's unfortunately a side effect, but thankfully there's not as many cutscenes in this game. I think it's like really 2, if that. This is really not a story-focused game, so it's really not that big of a deal. How do you blow? Okay, so it's just pressing a button when holding down. Because this control scheme has to adapt a lot of things that were motion control focused first into proper buttons, which is going to be very different. Hey, there's my TV. That's it. It literally just plays the theme from this game, and that's not much. At least I can see the stuff on the wall now. You got a picture of Donkey and Diddy. You got Banana 1. Got some ties over here in the corner. Some of that detail you could have seen in the original, but not the pictures. A little too low res. Just tired this week. I understand that. Kind of been a weird week so far, I'll say. Especially when it comes to weather, because that's definitely making people feel more tired, I would think. Weather's been weird this week. It's only Tuesday. Alright, so I'm gonna try this. This is D-pad. So it's an all or nothing kind of movement. But then with the analog stick, DK be walking, and then he can move in full force. So not having the run button, it's not really that big of a deal. In fact, it's probably better not to have a run button in some regards. I'll take that, thank you. Surprised I didn't get crushed by that. Sure. Give me that puzzle piece, thank you very much. The HUD looks really clean. Which, to be fair, I expect that from any HD port of any video game, ever. If the HUD assets look really blurry, I'm gonna say they failed at the whole HD port thing. So it's kind of a bare minimum to look good. Like, can I have my bananas, please? Thank you. These kind of puzzles take forever to solve because you miss one banana. It takes 5 years for it to show up again. So the grab is the shoulder buttons, L, R, Z, L, Z, R, it doesn't really matter. And these are basically the tropical freeze controls from the Switch version. Which honestly is way better than the Wii original, because a lot of things in the Wii original was motion control focused. If you weren't a big fan of motion controls, well, I'm sorry to say, but this game was not for you. It's a traditional platformer that had motion controls slap things. They didn't have enough buttons. But they could have used the classic control, you may ask? Yeah, they could have. They just didn't. I don't know why Retro Studios didn't. In fact, it was such a big question, the fans did it themselves. There is actually a cheat code that you can use on the Wii version of Donkey Kong Country Returns, which lets you use a classic controller. Which I've used that cheat code before, and that game plays great with a controller. So it makes me wonder, why wasn't that an option back in the day? Because it wasn't hard to make. It really shows the fans can do it when Nintendo doesn't. Text looks extremely sharp for the timer. Like, a little abnormally sharp. They cranked up the sharpness too much. I'll look at that again next time we get one of those stages. Now, mind you, most of the stuff I'm going to be saying, I'm going to be mainly talking about controls and just the visuals, because that's really all they did with this game. Kind of like, honestly, a lot of ports from Nintendo as of late, it's mainly just a graphical uplift. Because everything else is the same from the Wii original. And they've been doing this with a good amount of ports as of late. Like the one from last year that stuck out was Luigi's Mansion 2. That was literally a 3DS game, just upscaled to HD. Nintendo's been doing this a lot as of late. One thing I would wish they would have added to this is a way to get Diddy off my back. No matter what button you hit, he's stuck on your back, because that is a 2-player exclusive feature. The play is Diddy Kong, which is still the dumbest thing about the Country Return series, because both this and Tropical Freeze have that problem. And unfortunately, both of the Switch ports still have that problem. The only way around it is to play in hard mode, which you don't unlock until you beat the main game. So it's a little dumb. Also, I don't know where I missed that puzzle piece, so I have like 8 of 9, which is really infuriating. Thankfully, I can go back. Oh, I didn't mean to go back this far. Well, it's fine. I'll go back to a checkpoint. At least I keep the puzzle pieces, but you don't keep Kong. feel like I missed it from down here, even though it's not an area they can hide a puzzle piece. I'm gonna be probably end up like getting everything in my own time, but for this one, I'm probably just gonna do things here and there. Because again, this is just a first impression. I actually want to do a full stream series of this game in the future. Oh, that's where I missed it. I want to do a full series on this in the future, kind of like what I did years ago with Tropical Freeze. So I'll play through this game in its hard mode and get all the things. So tonight we're mainly just going to be looking at the game and just sampling what's different in this version. Oh yeah, I can't make that jump. I had a weird feeling like I could for unknown reasons. I wonder how they handled the easy mode feature, let's just say. If you die too many times in this game, then the game essentially plays itself. So I wonder how they handled that situation for newer releases. Except I never experimented with that in the 3DS version. But I imagine it's the same amount of times you die, no matter the version or the difficulty you play, and the assist mode activates. How the heck did I miss that? Barely. Alright, let's go. It's only bananas though, it's the worst thing to get. You want money from that because the DK coins are really important. I don't know why. Why is this loading screen so loud by comparison to the rest of the game? That was like a good 4 decibels louder, which makes no sense. Okay, that's more inventory slots, I think, from original mode. So these are some of the items we can get. Green balloon, and it's not gonna tell me certain things. This one I remember was armor of some kind. You can take some extra hits. DK barrel just gives you Diddy for free. Squawks lets you find the puzzle pieces. Heart boost gives you an extra heart. Banana juice, I can't remember what banana juice did. It might have pulled in bananas around you like a magnet, but I can't remember. I can find all that stuff out once I get to the shop. Loading times here are kind of bad. I am playing a physical copy of the game, so that's probably not helping. This is comparable to the Wii original, which is, at this point, I'm not really surprised for a Switch game. I'm really not. This thing has a horrible time loading anything, it feels like, anymore. I really hope Switch 2 fixes that. I really do, man. A lot of hopes I have for that system, but it's also Nintendo, so it's a lot of concerns I have, too. You know what, for this stage, I think I'm going to try the other control scheme, because I'm more used to playing the alternate from Tropical Freeze. We'll try this. Now the grab button is also my run button, so I move much slower, no matter if I'm using D-pad or joystick. So I gotta hold down a button now to move. And then the roll is the triggers. Same for ground pounding. And blowing. Okay, well this is actually kind of bad. Almost everything I do is mapped to like one specific kind of button. And now being the exact opposite is gonna throw me off probably for a bit. It's weird, because I prefer the alternate control scheme for Tropical Freeze, but for this game, I might prefer default. Well, things are spread out better. Oh, crap. Just gotta use on the bounce. But this stage is actually a good example of using the older control scheme, because holding down the run button at all times makes you climb on the vines. So it makes more sense to have this control scheme for a level with climbing. It does feel nice to play a game without having to every 2 seconds do this. Because every time you wanted to roll or pound or blow, it didn't matter what it was, you're shaking the controller. It was literally just a grab and the running. That's all you didn't have to do motion control for. It was terrible. Like, I love Country Returns, but it's hard to play the Wii original nowadays because it just forced motion controls and didn't need it. Okay, that's not a secret path up. Last time I played through this game was actually around the time Tropical Freeze first came out, so this was 2014 we're talking. Been that long. Both in terms of when I last played and also when Tropical Freeze came out, and that really makes you feel the newest Donkey Kong game we have. It's still the newest Donkey Kong game we have. We're not counting ports or remasters here. It's still Tropical Freeze. And that's a 2014 game. I just gotta wait for this one banana. There you go. Alright, I want to stop here for a second. Nice banana count, by the way. Yeah, it does look a little over-sharpened because I see some artifact thing on the text. I thought it was a little too sharp. You turn it down like literally 1 point, and it may not look as artifacty. I'm probably noticing that more because I'm so close to my screen, being at a desk and all. You're not gonna notice that on the TV or if you're playing in handheld. Just not gonna happen with that small screen. Good, just enough time. No, blow. Blowing's weird because you have to be... Oh, of course, as soon as I got a heart. You have to be holding down to actually do the blow mechanic, but at the same time, it's mapped to the same button you do the ground pound. That was the problem with this game. A lot of things were mapped to very specific actions because of Wiimote. And unfortunately, a version like this is not going to fix those problems. I kind of wish they separated the buttons more. Like, why do we have so many things still mapped to all these different buttons? Run and grab are 2 different buttons. Jump, 2 different buttons. Rolling, 4 different buttons. Why? You don't need all the buttons to be mapped to like 3 different articles of the controller, and that's it. Let's hope we're simplifying it. But Tropical Freeze has the same problem. Kind of build on the same core mechanics. Okay, cool, that's all of them. Is that it for my letters? Or I think I'm still missing the G. I'm surprised, honestly, modern mode still has the lives. Like, at this point, why do we still have the life system in this game? When Tropical Freeze first came out on the Switch, I understood why that still kept the life counter. Because at that point, we really didn't demolish lives in so many games just yet. It was just a thing that was starting to happen in a lot of modern releases. We're here in the year 2025, why do we still have lives in a video game? The modern mode should have just ditched the lives altogether, and original mode should have kept them. So that's a little confusing. But to be fair, I did see one thing about this game when I was setting up for the stream tonight. It's gonna be kind of hard to show at this rate because I keep on getting lives. I noticed if you had a lower life count, the game does just randomly give you lives the next time you boot your file. So they're trying to circumvent some of the life system, I guess, but it also feels a little unnecessary. I don't know, that's just a personal take. I think nowadays lives are definitely a thing of the past. It's good to keep in games that originally had them, but also good to not at the same time. Like if you have modern mode, just get rid of lives. That's why it also doesn't matter. Look at how many lives you can buy here. 7 for 10 coins. They're not that expensive. Okay, banana juice was making you temporarily invincible. That's what that did. Here's the key for the lock path, which just gets you an extra level. This must be a newer item for modern mode then. Makes your minecart or rocket barrel temporarily invincible? Wow, it's just banana juice but for a specific vehicle. That's kind of odd. Also neat. Okay, so I'm gonna buy the key, because that is actually important. And I only have enough for, I think, one item? Actually, I can buy two. I'm gonna buy the juice. I'm not gonna buy the banana one, though, because I want squawks. So that key just unlocks the path forward. So now, what I want to do, I want to quit. Hear me out. I want to play the other mode. Even if it's just for like a small moment in time. I want to get to the shop again, so I'm going to speed run these levels. Okay, so it didn't give me lives, which I noticed I'll have to die a lot and save that life count for it to actually reflect. Alright, I'm going to original mode, which, mind you, another thing, kind of weird. Original mode goes to default controls, which means the modern controls. You would think it'd be on alternate, because it plays more like the Wii original. But it doesn't, I don't know why. Speaking of Wii original, let's play this game like it is the Wii original. I'm gonna break out a sideways Joy-Con. This will simulate playing it with the Wii remote back on that version. So motion controls can be turned on for this, so I am gonna turn those on. Let's see details. I wanna see what's different on this. So default, grab and the throws on the tiny S buttons. You got the ground pound and the jump. Wait, X and A? Okay, yeah, it's the same as A and B. Okay, it just kind of looked weird for a minute there. Alternative is what we were just experiencing, but then I gotta hold down the run. I'm gonna do alternative because this is basically the same as the Wii original. Because look, ground pound, roll, and the blow, it's all shaking, like the original. Using the item by clicking the stick sounds horrible, though. That's just a limitation of the buttons on this small controller. So if we're playing original, we're playing original. And I don't even have the rails with me right now, so I don't have the little extra riser buttons for the controller. I'm just pressing these things directly, and that's gonna suck. These things are tiny. Nintendo made the Joy-Con for ants. There it is. Just like how we remember. Barely working motion controls. Oh, wow. They even got that experience down. I didn't ask for that, though. Motion controls sometimes don't work on the original, and that was because of the Wii remote gyro kind of being bad. It made sense, 2007 control. Don't expect it to be perfect. That, on the other hand, it should be working better, so what the heck. Oh god, yeah, this this motion control is bad. It has to be because of the controller size. But when I shake it, sometimes it doesn't work. Like, I just shook, you might have just saw my arms gyrate. If you see my arms gyrate, nothing happens, then you know I'm trying to do the motion, but the game is not picking it up. Oh, this is an experience and a half. At least you can still press a physical button to do the rolling, so I don't have to rely on the motion. And also, you can turn it off. And you might want to. This is literally just for a purist's sake. If you want to play this game with the original control scheme in mind, well, you have that as an option. I wouldn't recommend it, because this control scheme is kind of butt cheeks, today's standard. You really don't want to play with motion control for a precise game like this. It's terrible. That's why the 3DS and now by extension Switch versions are a much better way of playing this game. Because you don't have to worry about motion control. Now mind you, as I mentioned earlier, if you're still playing the Wii original, that's the only version you got, there is a cheat code that you can download to use on like USB Loader GX, for example. So any kind of like modern Wii loader, you can inject in a cheat code that just lets you use standard control schemes with Classic Controller. It is a godsend. I recommend it. That's the preferred way to play this if you're playing original hardware, because you don't want to be doing this every time you turn around. It's extremely exhausting. Like, I loved playing this game when it first came out, but I also remember not being able to play this game for too long, like maybe about an hour or so at a time, because the motion controls are just exhausting. You're constantly shaking the Wii remote to do anything. Like, this stretch up ahead is going to be a great example of why this game was exhausting to play back in the Wii days. So, to roll, you would just press the buttons to roll constantly. But the Wii version didn't have that. You had to use motion control to roll. There was no way around it. So this was a majority of your time playing. And sometimes it doesn't work. There it goes. Oh, why is this motion control so horrible? There you go. You just gotta, like, do it in a rhythm. It's exhausting and it barely functions. Needless to say, this is gonna be the only time I'm playing with the motion control, because holy crap. Oh, it's bad. It makes more sense when you're playing the vehicles at the very least, which is mainly the rocket, if I remember correctly. Rocket control, no, actually no, none of the vehicles use motion control. What am I saying? I think I'm just having this weird Mandela effect, thinking that was a real thing back in the day. They're just button controls. Here's your biggest difference in inventory. 9 slots in the new version, 1 from the Wii one. Big difference. You only can use 1 item at a time. It was very limiting. So the newer control versions are not just a nice luxury, they also make item management way better. Like, I'm not 100% sure why you would want to play this game on original mode outside of just that purist feel. At least at the moment. So I'm going to swap over to the other control scheme. I'll keep the motion on. Yeah, now I can tell this is working because I'm walking and I'm running without holding down the run button. Roll is still... That's kind of odd. Roll is still the same button. Wait, did I not select alternative before then? I don't think I did. Well, if that's the case, I'm doing alternative now. That was default. Yeah, that was default. Because now I'm clicking in the other buttons and actually rolling. Yeah, and I need a run button now. Wow, we're just doing this how we did in modern mode. Okay. This motion is just so bad, man. I don't know if it's something to do with a smaller controller or what, but half the time my roll is not coming out. It's way more consistent if I actually use the button for this. But that's already feeling tiring just by doing the motion for one stretch of road. This also is probably a better level to play with the alternative control scheme, because there are some sections you don't want to be climbing, so it makes it a little bit easier for you to not have a run button at all times. Be a little more precise and not have to grab on the vines. Oh. There we go. Nope. Okay. Well, I tried. Try getting up there. Oh, come on. For whatever reason, I'm not getting a jump. I gotta go all the way around then. That's weird. My jump kept getting eaten, I guess, because of the curvature. Oh, see you later, Diddy. It's fine. Your sacrifice not in vain. I'm at the end. Okay, maybe it will be in vain. Maybe it will be in vain. Oh, dear God. I feel like playing on a controller made for ants is making this harder. I'm just saying. I have an easier time playing this with the Wiimote by itself. It's the same exact control scheme, but the controller is at least 10 times bigger. Like, when we go into the loading screen, because I have a Wiimote right here. Oh, I missed the O. I didn't even realize that. Oops. I mean, that's not that big of a deal, because I'm not even trying to get all the things right now. Like, I'm going to swap back over to the full cam for a second. Because this is the size of a standard Joy-Con. It fits in the palm of my hand. That is it. And this is the controller to tell you not to worry about by comparison, a Wii remote. It's bigger than the palm of my hand. It's actually going past my fingers. So when you hold them side by side, it's like almost double the size. And it's way wider by comparison. Like, way wider. So playing this back in the day outside of the motion control didn't feel that bad, because you're just holding it like a normal NES controller. It felt great. Then you shook it when you needed to, and it wasn't that bad. But yeah, not the tiny Joy-Con. That just doesn't feel right. This thing is so, like, your hand's almost on top of each other, and then you have to barely move the device to get it to work correctly for a shake. I'm looking forward to having bigger Joy-Con. I'm just saying. Tiny Joy-Con are a thing of past. Alright, now I want to go to Cranky Shop because I want to see what's here for items. So, way less stuff here right away. You only got Squawks, a Heart Boost, Banana Juice, and the Map Key. I don't even have that other juice that was available for my vehicles. They're gone. Going in modern mode. Big difference on your item set, huh? That's like, what, almost half the items? Not even here? According to what my item tracker says, too. I can't even buy anything here, because this run has been skipping almost every coin imaginable. At least you have drop in and out multiplayer still, but the problem is, that's the only way you're playing is Diddy. Like, you absolutely need a second player for Diddy Kong. You know what? Second player can get the B controller. That's right, they get privilege. So I'm gonna go back into World 1-1 really quick. It doesn't matter which version I play, original or new mode. They're the exact same when it comes to core controls. I just want to have Diddy here. Yeah, I hate single Joy-Con too. I can play with them normal, like vertically, but not horizontally. Like, this is just... Yep, Great controller! If you hold your controller flat, the motion doesn't work. You have to do what the game says and hold it with the buttons facing your chest, essentially. It still doesn't work. What is this motion control? The Wii version isn't this bad. Oh, hang on. Oh, I think we're getting it. Why? Why is it that bad? A Wii remote can do better with the motion control in this game than a single Joy-Con. These things have more advanced gyroscopes in them. Why? That's just stupid, dude. All right, bring in a friend. How do I bring in friend? I'm trying to remember. Is there a way to bring it in mid-level, or do I have to literally leave? I think you have to literally leave. Yeah, okay, so that's not changed in the Wii original. I was wondering they have a drop in and out system. No, they do not. It is still, you have to be signed in, ready to go, before you jump into a level. Well, that's kind of stupid. So if that's the case, is that also how modern works? Let's go find out. Gonna take a minute. Impressively bad how long the loading can be for a Wii game. I mean, nothing's gonna beat the atrocious loading of Sonic Colors Ultimate, in my opinion. That was probably one of the worst ones. Okay, we're back. Doesn't say anything about player 2 jumping in here, so I probably have to do the same thing. Okay. Oh, I can do it when you're on the overworld and when you pause. I'm calling it now. Because I don't remember, does the 3DS even support multiplayer for this game? I don't think it did. Oh wait, no, it says right back on the back of the box, co-op with 2 players. So it did work. I think the second player did need a copy of this as well in their system. So multiplayer was almost out of the question if you were playing the 3DS version back in the day. Because if 2 of you didn't have the same game, it's just not happening. Alright. Get off my back, Diddy. Can you do it? No? They didn't even think of adding in a jump in player 2 when you're in mid-stage? No, you have to literally do this process. Step 1, leave level. Step 2, give your Switch 10 seconds or so to get back to the overworld. Step 3, go into menu to add player 2. And then finally, connect your controller. Wow, that's dumb. Why are we still doing this like it is 2010? That I don't understand. I can't remember though, Tropical Freeze still had the same problem too on both Wii U and Switch, because it's been, what, 5 or 6 years since I played that game too? So there's a lot of comparisons I can't make to Tropical Freeze, because I haven't played it in a very long time. Hey, so I'm curious, how's this gonna work? Well, it's definitely, DK definitely ain't doing anything. So, it would be the Diddy show. Motion control is so bad. I don't know if it's even on this, but it wouldn't matter. It's on or off. It just doesn't work. Alright, so now player 2 can control Diddy. This is how you would actually play this game in single player with Diddy Kong. Take care of the controller. Peace out. Now it's just me. Donkey can do whatever, but unfortunately I can't go backwards. I need his help. And then you hit, what is this, grab? No, that's, yeah, it is grab. You hit the grab button, then you get on back of DK, so you can fuse together. That's how it works for multiplayer's sake. I wish there was a better way to drop in and out still. Like, that's archaic. I think they should have. This, even if it's not a thing from Tropical Freeze, if they added this as a feature or not, I think this game specifically should have added that as a feature. Where you can have a player drop in and out at any given time. No matter if you're in a level or not. The fact that I have to go back and forth like this to add in a player 2 is a little cumbersome. And that could have easily been fixed in a 2025 port of a Wii game. That feels like there's no excuse. Alright, but before we go any further, speaking of the Wii game, I do have a Wii here on standby. So, how about we swap to the Wii original for a moment, as I want to look at mainly the graphics, just to kind of compare here between the versions. So, we're going to just play a little bit of the Wii original, probably for like 1 or 2 stages tops. And unfortunately for my sake, I don't have a sensor bar set up, so I have a classic controller here on standby. So, this is what would have happened back in the day if you tried to play this with the classic controller. And I'm just going to play this off a hard drive, just for simplicity's sake. I do have the disc right here, so not a problem. It's right here. I just don't want to use it. Look, man, this is more simple, and it's less wear and tear on my Wii. So I'm going to reset the capture because it sounded like it was slightly delayed. That should be better. Alright, so, can't use classic controller. Oops! Remove unsupported controller. Why? I can play with a normal controller, but I'm not allowed, so I'm sorry. But we gotta go simple here. Wiimote by itself. So this is how you had it back in the day. Literally just by itself on its side. I'm gonna jump in via, I think I'll just do game 1, that's fine. This is already a file that had some progress done. It hasn't beaten the main game. Options here are extremely limited. Just audio, that's it. Don't have to worry about that part. Now, I can't really compare the loading too much because, again, I'm not playing with my disc. And that's just simply, again, just so I can preserve my Wii's disc drive. I don't want to burn the thing out for unnecessary loading. So, I will say the loading times here are going to be a little bit faster by, well, let's say about 2 to 3 seconds. So, whatever loading we have here, add about 3 seconds in your head. Let's just play it safe on that front. So, we're going to jump right into the first level. As you can see here, we only have the 1 inventory slot. Original mode is just the Wii version's difficulty. So, whatever items we get here, same as we saw back in original mode on Switch. Alright, but let's jump into the first level here, Jungle Hijinks. Okay, so adding in the extra 3 seconds, as I said, because of hard drive difference here. The loading here is basically the same as the Switch, which is kind of a knock to the Switch. Also, look how easy the motion is here. That's so much better than single Joy-Con. Holy crap. So, right away, I do want to just take a peek between graphics on different versions here. So, on my Switch copy, let me just go back in the same level really fast. And I'm just going to look at these differently, side by side. But I will say, outside of the jaggies, which makes sense, this is a 480p console, so things will look a little more sharp in some areas, and not in a good way. Outside of some of the jaggy situation, this still looks really good for a simple, like, 2010 game. This was very detailed, very good art style for its day. Still holds up today. But if we compare this to the Switch release, it doesn't really look any different. Like, realistically, it just looks cleaner. But outside of that, go back to Wii. Yeah, it doesn't really look different to me, I'm sorry. It just basically looks like they took the assets and made them sharper. So it's like you're playing this on Dolphin, the Wii emulator, and you go in the settings and you crank up that slider from 480p to 1080p. Because the textures are very much the same, just slightly cleaner. The graphics are basically the same, but thankfully the HUD is more cleaned up. Like, look at DK up there in the corner. Go back to the Switch. Yeah, way sharper. Even if I pause the game, looking at all the other stats, going back to Wii, again, sharper. So, it does look like they did go back and touch up the artwork for everything on asset front. So, the HUDs, they did do a touch-up job. That's cool. Because it definitely looks a little more detailed. I can see, like, this line, for example, on a puzzle piece over here. I don't see that in the Wii version. Now, this is going to be kind of hard to show, so bear with me. Because I have to go back to this version. And we make it really, really big. Like, that big. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see that line on the puzzle piece. It's there, it's just really, really faint. So, again, it looks like they probably took this artwork and they could have put it through an upscaling program. Because this wasn't redrawn. It's the same thing as the original. Just your only difference, again, just clarity. Now, I'm going to do a fun thing here. I'm going to mute the original. We're gonna scoot this over. Like there. Because what I'm going to do now, again, we'll have to add on a little bit of loading between the versions here. But we're going to quit the game. Okay. Even when I add in the extra time, that still doesn't look as good. That felt like it, probably was a little bit longer than it needed to be. Just about a little bit. Maybe like 2 seconds slower. Try another level, even though, again, I have to take it as a grain of salt because I am playing off a hard drive. I'm doing best to try to get this synced at the same time. So the Wii one is on the right, the Switch version's on the left. Yeah. It's a little worse. You want to add 3 seconds in for going from disc? Yeah, that is worse. Oh boy. I really don't like that, personally. I really don't. I know, that's more of a downside of Switch, specifically. I don't know why, it just seems like its cartridge slot's slower than a disc drive, and that's impressive. But even then, digital speeds aren't that much better. Yeah, that's another thing I want to see. That's why I'm keeping the side-by-sides up. So, the idle animation, yeah, I heard was supposed to be different. So I guess now we get to see that in action. I just gotta wait. Alright, so there you go. The Wii one's playing his system, so that's a DS. He just throws it away, the madman. And then the Switch version is playing the Switch. That's a very chunky Switch, though. What the heck was that thing? I want to look at the chunk, because that was a thick Switch. Alright, so we gotta get rid of this one. And if I go into my video, there you go. Oh boy, that is a thick. Why is that so thick? The Switch is like not even half an inch on its thickness. This thing is like 2 inches. What in the world? You're rocking there, DK. It's more like a Steam Deck than a Switch. That's kind of weird. I don't know why it's so thick. Yeah, outside of like an idle animation difference, sure. That's not much. Graphically speaking, it is going to be a little bit better, obviously, because of HD. Loading is worse. That's impressive. How do we do that? Also, I'm trying to play the Switch version with a Wii, the Switch Pro controller. Ah, I'm getting so confused. Which one am I even touching? Actually, no, I want to do one other thing. I don't want to do this version. That's not that big of a deal to waste time here, because this is not a terrible loading version. I have to sit through this again, though. Alright, there we go. We're good. I'll sit through the whole thing, thankfully. Alright, so what we're gonna do is time attack. This here is a different way of playing the game, so might as well. I don't know when we get to see this in the Switch version, that's why I'm doing it now on the Wii. So, this has us running through the levels as fast as we can. Great start. Really great start. That's where we'll reset. Look at me go. Oh, how did I clip the plant? Alright, you know what? That's fine. I wanted to restart anyway, so that was kind of a bad run. Alright, so let's hit retry. Because unfortunately you keep your time, so it's kind of bad. There we go. So this is how the Wii version played. So you see me maybe shaking every once in a while. That's me doing the roll here on the actual controller, which is not terrible, but also very exhausting. So it wasn't the best way of playing this game back in the day. Especially when you get Diddy, you just constantly vibrate your body because all you're doing is rolling. In this case, I'll just violently shake the controller. This area definitely looked better in Switch because I didn't have to squint to see where my pixels are. The lower resolution here, the Wii, made those background sections a little bit hard to see what's going on. Alright, now vibrate. Getting so tired. Yo, let's go. Got the gold. We take it. 56. Give me that time. My best is still a 54, but I think I did that with the classic controller cheat. I don't have that cheat active right now. So what I'm also now gonna do, I'll run through this level one more time, it's pretty short. I just played with the standard control scheme, so now I'm gonna wanna play using the nunchuck. This was a much better way of playing this game back in the day. Your downside, unfortunately, was now you have to use an analog stick for a 2D adventure. But it felt way better. This game with the motion control. Because all you had to do was shake the one controller, but the other one you can hold normal. So in this case, see that? Only move the one or the other. You picked which side you wanted to use the motion. It felt way better. Also, you don't have to worry about a run button because it's the same as using the motion or the default controls, I would say, on the Switch version. The stick you can walk with. And you can fully run by pressing it all the way back. You don't move any faster with the grab button held. So it's just honestly a better way of playing the game if you can play using a joystick. I preferred using a standard remote on its own, but this is better. Like, hands down. Nice. As you can see, I definitely am not the best with this. Because it kind of still feels weird, like you're running in one and then violently shaking your other arm just to move. At the time, it did feel like your motion didn't get recognized unless you violently shook the Wii remote. So this is much better nowadays to have all the stuff mapped to buttons. I prefer it. This old way of playing was not great. It got the job done, but it was a lot more inconvenient when you have the classic controller available as an option. I'm just saying, why was not a thing in the original is beyond me, because it's so stupid. I could have played using a classic controller. I had one. It just wasn't allowed. I can even get a controller, man. Just some kind of controller that's not Wiimote. But no, that was not the case. I don't know why. Okay, now I'm getting into a better rhythm here. Oh, okay. As I say that as I missed Diddy Kong. It's because I'm not used to where the grab button is. Oh yeah, that's right. If you want to do a continuous pound, you have to shake both the controllers at the same time. So, Wiimote by itself, you just shake the one controller. Wiimote Nunchuck, to constantly slam the ground, yeah, it's worse. Because other than that, it was better to play this way, but I remember that's one of the reasons why I stuck to Wiimote. Yeah, we're gonna get like a silver, but I don't care. I'm just running through the stage. This feels more natural for motion. Holding it up right like this is great. Oh, I dropped the controller. Man, why do I speak? I keep on jinxing everything and cursing myself to oblivion. Well, that's pretty much all I wanted to do in the Wii version, because other than the graphics and some control differences, this is essentially the same as the newer releases. So, not much else I really want to do here, outside of one thing. I'm forgetting, because I'm on this control scheme, I can't use the D-pad on my other controller. That's a little annoying. Let me go to game 2, just to be safe, because it's already beaten the game. I want to go to extras. This is something I heard was a problem. Oh, wait, no, they don't even have it here. What? Oh, maybe I can't do it. Okay, well, that kind of sucks. I wanted to play the credits real quick, but I don't know if that's a thing I can do in this version. Yep, I have to beat the game. Oh, that sucks. You know, I have a file that's beating the game. I can't view the credits at any given time. Well, that's not the end of the world, because I'll just describe it. So, let me swap back over to the Switch version now. We'll probably just end up sticking with this for the rest of the night. this is the point of argument speaking, and I am on this side of why did you do this, Nintendo? Why? If we go to extras, they have the credits right here, so we can play the credits right now. They replaced the credits with new staff. So this has the same problem as a lot of other games as of late from Nintendo. Like Metroid Dread, I heard, had this problem. Metroid Prime Remastered had it as well. And now Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. They removed the original game's credits in place of the staff that worked on the remasters version. There's no mention of Retro Studios in this. Why? They made this game twice. This studio put it out 2 different times, and yet they have no mention in the credits. Now, as you can imagine, this has been a major news headline this past week because this is completely stupid. So Nintendo had to actually issue a statement on this already. And their response is the worst response I think I've seen in a very long time about this argument. They say they want to credit people from their original work, and we support doing that. Proceeds to put a game out with no mention of the original studio. What a load of crap. It's a hypocritical statement. There's no mention of the original devs in this entire credit sequence, yet Nintendo themselves say, we want to credit people from their original work. Then why didn't you do it here? Why didn't you do it in Metro Prime Remaster? Why didn't you do it from Dread? What is with this company, man? I swear. They make some of the stupid decisions, but I wanted to point this out because I want to give shout outs to the people who made this newer version of the game. But also, I want to give a shout out to the people who made the original version of the game, Retro Studios, which you can't even see on the camera because my camera's so small. Can I fix that? I might be able to. We just have to go really big, so I'm gonna sneak in the game for a second. Hey, you can kind of see him down there in my tiny little corner. Retro Studios should have had credit. I'm just saying, why aren't they here? I hate when games do this crap, where there's a new credit sequence, and I get it, you gotta credit the people who worked on the newer version, but also credit the people who made the original. I'm just saying, they worked hard on this project too. We'll give them the credit. It's so baffling to me. Alright, well now with that downer out of the way, let's play another level. Tree Chop Bomb. And I think I'm gonna change the control scheme back to default, because I think it's still on alternate for this file. So we'll change it. God, man, this loading times. Why are they so slow? I actually now, you know what? I might actually change that stance on the... We're not playing the Wii original anymore, only for literally a loading difference. I want to test that, but not right this moment. I have to put the disc in the system, so I think when I go on break, I'll come back and show that, because I will want to take a break here soon enough. That'd be a perfect time to actually see a loading difference between 2 versions. Plus, I could do it in a better way instead of scuffed setup. Wait. I want to be here. Thankfully, it's not Contra Syndrome, so I can actually land on the ground. Other games may not be doing that to you. Also, I think I have instinct. I'm holding the run button still because I'm just so used to doing that. And I don't need to for this control scheme. Okay, nothing up here. Can't remember where all those puzzle pieces are, because I do want to get them all for my own sake. Okay, got 3 for the price of 1 blow. Yeah, there you go, barely. Like, your blow distance in this is kind of small. Sometimes it feels like you can get all 3 items of something, but no, it's usually maybe 2 dandelions. You gotta be like right on top of them. Alright, give me my animal buddy, which unfortunately was the only one in this game, and then also in Tropical Freeze. I missed the rest of the animal buddies. Squawks being downgraded to just a helper character. Yeah, that kinda sucks. I miss when we got to play as Squawks. It's so hard to bounce on those enemies when you have Rambi because he's just a little too aggressive. So if I remember correctly, I think I go backwards once I get Rambi because I can access something normally I can't. I think. Or was it just that one set of spikes? No, it's here because this is a Rambi thing. There we go. Too fast, almost fell right in the pit. And there you go, easy. I think this is probably the easiest puzzle challenge from the different types. Not that bad, the platform. Because I find it to be one of the easiest ones. One problem with Rambi here is that he's a little too thick. So it's kind of hard to hover with Diddy. You get no airtime with Diddy. Okay, and you can't really jump on those. Couldn't remember. Before I go any further, I want to dismount because I don't remember if this was a thing. Nope. Okay, you pretty much wanted to check every dandelion in this because it's a good chance one of them is probably a puzzle piece, which made the puzzle pieces kind of a pain to find. Oh crap. Yeah, I remember this one being one of the hardest because that's very easy to do. Not paying attention, you just shoot yourself in the abyss. I don't think I can get that again. I think the bonus is a one and done. Yeah, so here's how you play the bonuses again if you miss one. Thankfully I don't have to do the other bonus again, so I'm just gonna get Diddy here. So I get some combo points. I gotta go back actually, because that's where Rambi is. I do still need Rambi. I'm also going to try to grab more of these coins along the way, because coin grinding in the beginning is pretty helpful. Don't really need the grind for money a lot of time in this game, from what I remember, but in the beginning it definitely helps. Rambi, no! You gotta be kidding me. I gotta follow him. I need Rambi for this bonus game, and he just peaced out. Oh my god, this is the short hover, dude. Actually, at this rate, am I gonna get the helper? I almost died enough. You know what? Screw it. I wanna see it. I'm gonna do it. Still not here. Okay. Interesting. I feel like at this point I died enough with this one checkpoint. It's worth doing another 2 or 3 jumps off a cliff. Because the helper should show up. Ah, there it is. Yeah, he's waving. Press plus. Activate the super guide. You call in super call to show you how to play through the level. This level will be completed and you not keep any items that the super con collects. It essentially plays itself. That is exactly what this means. Donkey Kong turns into White Kong. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I guess he's super powered form. This is him going even further beyond. I don't know, man. The fact that he turns white is kind of random. But now it's all hands off. Not me. This is the Super Kong. He plays level now. And that's it. He plays it in like the worst way possible though. Like he goes super slow. And at the same time, he's not getting any collectibles. I'm not gonna play it. And now as you see, I am Super Kong. Super Kong, go die. Now it's back to me. DK. And it kicks you out of the level as a whole. If you activate Super Kong, decides I don't want to play with him anymore, and jump off a cliff, you just wasted your time because it didn't matter. That alone literally wasted my time. That was a fun fact. So I do have to play through all of Tree Chop Bop again, but I think what I'm gonna do, because I need to get up anyways, I'm gonna take a break at this point. So we'll play through more of this dead level, but for now, I think it's good just for me to get up and take my stream break for the moment. And while I'm gone, I'll go at least see if I can set up that whole dual perspective thing for the Wii, because I think it's going to be worth looking at a loading difference between consoles. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set that up. So, we'll be back here in just a few minutes, continuing where we left off here in Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. See you guys in a few minutes. Ah, there it is! Why does it take so long to load? Alright, we're back after an eternity of loading. Holy crap. So, off camera, I got some stuff set up. For one, you may notice my life count just dropped straight down to 2. That's because I wanted to lower my life count and then go back in the game. Because, oh, look at that! It looks like you're running low on lives there, kiddo. Here's a gift to help you on your way. Love cranking. So, I don't think that's a thing for modern mode, or not modern, classic mode, original mode, whatever you want to call it. Modern mode, if you are below 4 lives, and you start your file, Cranky will be like, here, have some. He'll put you back up to 4 lives. That's cool and all, but this is why my argument I had earlier about the life system really comes into play. Why do we have a life system in modern mode if you're literally just gonna bump me back up to the starting life count? I don't need to be playing with lives if that's the case now. It doesn't matter. But off camera, I did set up the Wii to be slightly less scuffed, but it's still scuffed. We got 2 different games here side by side, which ironically enough now I probably put them in the wrong spots on this one, but bear with me. I no longer have my disc. I put that in the Wii, so we boot up the Wii one more time here with a physical copy of the Wii original. So right now, what I'm going to be doing, because you can't see it, I'm going to be hitting the A button and the 2 button at the same time to start the 1-player game. So we're going to see how bad is the Switch version's loading times by comparison. So we're going to begin in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, the fuck takes longer to load in for one. That was 5. No, let's round it up until the HUD came up. That was 6 seconds slower. Oh, how How are we regressing in technology? We have regressed. And now for Treetop Bop. I want to load that one next. Oh god, this is gonna be an experience. Once again, same time. 3, 2, 1, go. It took longer to hit the buttons at the same time. That's already a bad start. So Wii's on left, and it's already done. That was about 8 seconds slower just to get to this specific level. Holy crap. Holy crap. I was giving this thing too much of a benefit of the doubt when I was talking about a hard drive. Ooh. Oh. Also, this guy back. He wants me to still cheat. I don't want to cheat. Alright, one more. One more. No, I don't want to activate Super Guy. Go away. Try to pause. Quit level. This is our last loading test to get back to the main overworld. And in this case, I'm going to be a little more exact. So I'm going to bring up a stopwatch, and we're going to start it the moment I see the Wii version done loading. As a reminder, Wii version's here on the left, as you can see with the 2 button. Switch version is on the right with the B button. So, test begins in 3, 2, 1, go. Again, hitting the buttons at the exact same time. There's a little more lag on the Switch version. Cool. Alright, it's done. Timer has begun. Getting here is about 3 seconds. 3.5. Since I gotta go back into level anyways, might as well. Go. We're gonna do that test again when it gets into the level. Because I gotta play this anyways, I might as well just redo the same test. Now a little more scientific. So, start it. And done. 7.82, so round it up, roughly 8 seconds slower. Oh, we have regressed. We have regressed as a society for loading our video games. Ouch. Big ouch. I don't want to talk about going back to the title screen. That might take a good 30 seconds. I don't want to do that. You get the gist. So needless to say, the Switch is way slower than a Wii, loading the exact same game. Ooh, I don't like that. I hate this. I hate this so much. It would probably be a little more on par if I was playing the digital copy, but if a digital copy is on par with a physical disc, then again, we have regressed. This has been my biggest complaint about the Switch in terms of its hardware for literal years. Games running poorly, that's one thing. I just hate how every game has to take 30 seconds to a minute to load. It's terrible. Because it really breaks the pace of a lot of games, especially fast-paced games like this. You don't want games to take forever to load. I really do agree, Matt. We need some kind of solid-state drive. Because this thing is not cutting it. I think this is technically eMMC on the board, which that's what they were using for the Wii U, for the Wii, such like that. So it's just a little higher in terms of storage. Oh, crap. A little higher in terms of storage, but other than that, it's the same slow speed from those systems. For those who are unaware, eMMC is essentially just a small little physical chip that's on the board of your system, and that's your storage. It's equivalent to an SD card. It's not very fast. In fact, it's very slow. It's one of the worst storage types ever. Heck, I think even hard drives can outperform eMMC memory, which is saying a lot. Those things spinning up and all. Ugh. Because honestly, outside of loading times, this has been perfectly fine. I heard that there are some frame drops here and there in this version. I don't know if I'm going to get far enough in this game tonight to even see those specific frame drop levels. So I'll have to just take people's word on that one. I think if anything, it might be some of the later levels like Minecart or Rocket levels. I want to at least get to one of those. The vehicle levels are going to be interesting to play on this one. Having a better controller probably is going to help a little bit for that, like bigger buttons and all. It's not motion control. I have a bigger A button. I do wonder, because of backwards compatibility with a newer system, how are older games going to run on it? I wonder that for the Switch 2 stuff. And there's so many questions I have, and I gotta wait until April to have these answered. I heard a fun fact about that little announcement, though, from a couple days ago. They announced the Switch 2 on... what was it? What exactly was it? Because everything about the announcement was apparently 222. The video itself is... oh, now I know what it was. The video itself was 2 minutes, 22 seconds. We're going to be seeing the presentation on the 2nd on April. And then something else about it, too. I can't remember the other part. But a lot of it's like 222 related, so it seemed like the Switch 2's reveal was very much planned to be a significant number. So all 2s, because it's equal, makes sense. I can't remember what the other 2 thing was, but I remember at least 2 of the 2 things. Hey, there you go. Significance for my sake. I remember 2 things for 2s. That just sounds correct. I guess going back to that point, because I kind of tunnel vision there for a second, just trying to remember the 2 thing. I really do wonder if older games are going to run better on the newer hardware. Nintendo has not really been known for that, for backwards compatibility though, so that's why I have this kind of question of if that's going to happen or not. I mean, the only time I can think of a game ran better in backwards compatibility sake was probably with GameCube games on Wii. Because the Wii just had a faster disk drive, so games loaded faster. Outside of that, they work the exact same. DS to 3DS, same. Game Boy games on other Game Boy hardware, same. Like, it's hard to think of a game that got better on newer hardware. And even then, technically, Game Boy Advance games, but Game Boy Color games specifically, you gotta be kidding me. Game Boy Color games did run somewhat better on Game Boy Advance hardware if they were designed for it. But that was essentially just to give it more color. That was about it. It wasn't actually to make the game run faster. It was just, they looked better. So it's hard to think of any system where there's backwards compatibility and it actually got better. So I don't think that would actually happen, but I would hope at least loading times got better for Switch 2, because that has been the thing for other systems. Who knows? I just want to know more. We gotta wait until April. Kinda sucks. But by then we'll have a better idea about how things are actually gonna run in terms of what's already out there. Oh, crap. Okay, oh, well, thanks, Ramby. Thanks for chilling. Didn't mean to jump off. It's very easy to jump off your animal buddy in this game. No crap. Also very easy to die with your animal buddy in this game, because you want to jump off and then you can't. It's kind of funny. You have both problems. When you want to get off, you can't. And then when you don't want to get off, you do. Kind of stick to Ramby like glue. Oh god. Wait this one out. Nope. Yep. See, case in point. I'm trying to get off. Like, get me off. Get me off. Yeah, I don't really think there would be much of any change at all as well, Matt. I think games running backwards compatibility on a newer system, I think a lot of Switch games will probably run the same. If anything, it just depends on the HDMI output if they'll look a little bit crisper. Because if the system can output 4K, even if the games don't run 4K, if they can output that, it might make older games look slightly better. But that's a big if. I don't even think that's going to be the case. Based on... Why am I getting off Ramby? I'm holding the run button, but it must be because of my controller. My finger barely moves off the button. It counts as me letting go of X or Y, so it might be better for me to use the default controls. I'm using alternative again. I'm just swapping back and forth. I did not want to screw this up for a third or fourth time, however many times we've been here. So we're gonna move on from this puzzle piece, dude. Hey, how you have to get off of Ramby just to blow a dandelion of all things. It's so stupid. That's why I don't like the blowing system. I'm glad they ditched it after this game, because it was kind of a pace breaker. Where did I miss the piece? I have no clue. It's not here. That was the last piece. I have no idea. I think I'm just gonna say L. Gonna take the L on that one. Because I just want to leave. I've been here for too long. I want to play more of the game. Hopefully you guys are enjoying just the experimentation so far of me playing through this Returns HD. However you want to call it. I hate the name, but that's most ports anymore. We'll just slap HD to it. It's not very that creative. Alright, let's do the unlock level first, because this is a pretty cool level aesthetically. And to make sure I don't miss any more pieces, I'll take a Squawks to go. Thank you very much. I don't have any other items, because I can't use this one yet. And I have nothing else. Actually, I could go buy stuff, because I have the coins. I'm gonna purchase another Squawks. Be good for later. Give me a heart boost. I'll take some banana juice. Heart juice is... I kind of feel redundant on the newer modes because you already get an extra heart anyways. And I'll get a DK barrel. Sure. Actually, you know, I've already bought everything else. Just give me one balloon. I just want to fill out my slots. Even though it didn't fill up the slot. Gonna drive me mad. Alright, so now I can equip a bunch of things. I can put this, I can put that, I can put that. Like, I get all the items. Mind you, I already have a DK, so there's no point that he's with me. I'll just take 2 items. The fact you can stack yourself up with items in this is nice. I don't remember if the 3DS version added a limit of 9 or not. Again, I've only played that briefly, so I can't exactly compare 3DS and Switch. I could probably look up some videos at most. But here's how the Squawks thing work. He's just in the corner. He's just like, I'm chilling here. You near a puzzle piece? I'm gonna get really loud. Yeah, it's right there, buddy. You grab it and it calms down. Oh, there goes my heart. So much for extra heart, am I right? You can get it back. It's not a big deal. These are some of the coolest levels aesthetically, though. The shadow levels like this are great. Also, they have some of the best music, too. Although, if I remember correctly with this game's soundtrack, a lot of the music is just a remixed version of just Jungle Japes from the first Donkey Kong Country. So I hope you like Jungle Japes, because it's in this game a lot. Okay, no, this one you just sit. I can remember you sit here if you smash the ground in. Nothing required, just a whole bunch of goodies. Like I say, it's been a while since we had a Squawks happen. This is the one I think you have to just push down. If you can afford squawks for a lot of levels, he really does make this whole puzzle piece hunt a lot easier. Then you don't have to second guess yourself. He's not going off, you don't even need to check things like the dandelions. Nothing like that for the letters though, so I missed N. I think I know where it is. If I remember correctly, it was past where one of those puzzle pieces were, and I had to turn around. Yeah, here we go. I didn't go backwards after I got the puzzle piece. I missed it. Because that's the thing, sometimes you actually miss items by getting others. Oh, I'll take a coin. Don't hit that yet. Go up here. Okay, hit. As you do. Puzzle piece. I remember that. This puzzle piece is a little sneaky, because you can't get this after you smash down this pillar. Actually, you might just barely be able to get it if I'm doing this. No, you can't. It's not high enough. Wait a minute. I want this thing. Banana. Nope, too early. I wanted to wait until it was on coin, then I could hit the DK. DK gives you lots of things. I'm going back. Canopy. That next level, though, up ahead, that's 1-6. That, I think, might have a minecart, so I'll use my minecart juice on that. Because I know what the banana juice does already. I've used that before, but I've never used the vehicle version of it. That's new for this game. Or this version of this game. I don't remember that was in Tropical Freeze. Again, it's been a while. I probably am due for a replay on that game as well. They really loved blowing. I don't know why Retro was so fascinated with the blowing mechanic, because it's in like every other section of a level. It was everywhere in this. Oh, I touched the ground for a moment? That sucks. My combo was ruined. Gotta be careful with this timing, because it's very easy to fail this game. This was actually one of the harder puzzle piece games because of this barrel in the middle. Was that 3 of 5? Yeah, alright, let's do more. Thankfully, the levels that don't have as many puzzle pieces are easy to keep track of. Oh, it was too early. This one I gotta really be careful, because of... Yep, that! What did I just say? Taking the L. I want the N. I get the life back anyways. And Diddy's right here. Alright, so wait a little bit longer before I pull the trigger. There you go. Oh, crap. Seen that coming a mile away. Well, thankfully, I got Diddy right here in our life. Yeah, it's like this is an infinite loop situation or something. Now, give it a second. Don't fire immediately, because that's the fastest way to die, as we've learned. Yeah, this one you actually don't want to follow the path, because puzzle piece. Don't fire right away so I can get the G. And I gotta just book it. Don't even wait here. Oh yeah, this is the one that fakes you out. I forgot about that. There's two of them that fake you out at the very end, which is so mean. You can still do the constant blow if you mash the button. I don't know why you would do that. It's one of the most useless mechanics in this game, if I remember correctly. I missed one of the pieces. How do you miss a puzzle piece in a level like this, too? I don't even know where I missed it. Can't remember. Oh well. They don't really do anything. Puzzle pieces are just for the concept art stuff. The Kong letters are more important to unlock, because this was the game that started that idea of Kong unlocks a new level. In the older country games, that was just for an extra life. But returns and Tropical Freeze, you need them for bonus levels. Which honestly kind of devalues some of the bonus stages, because they're just for an optional collectible. Didn't really matter. Alright, so this is the stage I'm gonna want to have the bonus juice. I'm not gonna put on the other juice though. I think one set of juice is enough. Because we're not gonna need banana juice or riding a minecart. Alright, so I got 2 extra hits to work with now on that cart. That's cool. Probably shouldn't have done that, because that was an easy banana coin I could have got. Gee, I wonder if secret up in top left. Hey look, secret up in top left. Who would have guessed? It's like you normally go right, so if you ever have to go backwards, it's for something secret. There you go. It's very easy to complete one of these puzzles and fall down a pit. Raise your hand if you've done that before. It sucks. Complete the puzzle to get your puzzle piece, and then you fall down a pit to lose your puzzle piece. It's very easy to do. Pay attention to what you do in those bonus games. You can fail at the finish line. Oh crap. I forgot that was a gap. Well, wait, do I keep the potion? Yeah, I still keep it. All right. No, this time though, this way. Told you, easy banana coin. Just don't kill the creatures to begin with, and then you get a nice banana coin. Alright, let's try this again. They don't hold the jump button here, you get no height. You hold the jump button, when you hit a mole, get all the height. Something important to know about the minecart. It works very similarly to enemy jumping in this. Slightly different, but it's also pretty much the same. I wanted that. I'm going to do this because I want the puzzle piece. If I get it, I don't have to redo that section again, so it'd be good to get at least the one piece. Like that. Also, wait, no, I don't have the other heart. So I took damage before dying, unfortunately. And that's saved. So I need to get a heart, I think, for the cart. Can you get hearts again when you're in the vehicle section? I don't remember. Don't think you do. That might be permanently used. You might. Again, it's been many years. Alright, so this time, don't jump on the mole head. Instead, try to go under. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, dude. You can't even get all the way. Do I have to actually take the damage to go under him? I'm probably just gonna do that because I don't want to deal with this. I think you might be able to make the jump, but it's so precise looking, I just don't want to bother. I'm just gonna damage boost. Nice. I'm legally obligated not to get any more banana coins for a minute. Literally only a minute though, because we're gonna have to get some. That's my currency. Yeah, you can't pull back on the cart. It's just going on its own. It's not a man sequence. I'm not gonna jump. Take damage, but it's worth it. Why? Why? I want it, but I also... Yeah, see, this is the second one because I'm moping. I'm gonna die one more time, and if I don't get it... Oh, I can't even do that anymore. You know what? Screw the puzzle pieces. I just want to continue forward, because I'm gonna get those in my own time. That's gonna be the case. I've already missed a couple. It doesn't really matter. That's the collector inside of me, just having the collector's anxiety. Okay, forgot you can't duck under him. You have to jump over it. Good to know. I won't get Diddy anymore because Diddy just doesn't exist. We deleted him from the video game. For now. Nice. I got 4 of the 5 bananas in that trail, and also yeeted myself to death. Now that's more like it. Where we're going, we don't need rails, he says as he jumped backing on the rails. Look, man, it was a selective moment. We didn't need them forever. I really want the coins. It's a random chance between coins, lives, and bananas. Bananas the worst thing to get from that roulette. Yeah, the completion trying to break through me on that one. I don't need to complete this right now. I'm gonna do that on my own time. Because again, I do have to go through and play all this game if I want to set up a file for a hard mode run. Because when you beat this game, you do get a hard mode variant of every level you can play. But also, I don't know if this was added for the Switch version or 3DS. I think it was 3DS that added this. There's a mirror mode also as well, which I only recently learned about. So that's going to be interesting. Never played this game in mirror mode. We might do that in the future. I know I'm setting myself up for torture for this, but I am committed to the idea of playing through this game, getting all the things in hard, like we did for Tropical Freeze. Because I was able to do it for Tropical Freeze. That tells me I could probably do it here as well. Not to mention, that was honestly one of my favorite stream series I did of all time. Like, that alone was one of the hardest things I've ever done. But doing that entire process, playing the entire game from start to finish, getting all the items in every level, so 100%ing the game in hard mode, mind you. That was one of my greatest achievements for gaming, flat out. I kind of want to do something similar for this, because this game is also in the same boat for difficulty. In some ways, Tropical Freeze might be the harder of the two, and in others, this will be the harder game, the 100% in hard mode. Because they both have the same kind of hard mode. You only have like one hit, which is nothing. Especially in a case like that, I would have just died immediately. Help. Missed. I do see Twitch wants to do an ad. I don't want to. Go away. We still have some break roll time left. This is the fun part anyways. You don't want to miss this. Also a really good level right now to grind up those coins. There's a lot of enemy bouncing sections here. So I'll get a lot of coins. Even lives, too. Because right here, that's 2 lives, just from enemy bouncing. Mainly just doing that for the bananas. Not gonna bother with the piece this time. Here, we got it. When I first played, I didn't know you can climb up the slope, because the other time you had a slope, you went down. Oh, nice, I held the button and it didn't count. My favorite. The other time when you were going down a slope, it looked like it was just a one-way trip, so I didn't think you can climb up a slope as well in this level, and I struggled in that section for a bit. You can climb the slope. And it took a while to learn that. That's like a teenager. Because what was I when this game came out? I think it was 16? Because it was 2010. Yeah, 16 sounds about right. This, like, man, to think about it, this was like a year before I started to make YouTube content. That's how long it's been since this game's been out. It's close to 25 years old. Or 25. Wait, no, that's not how math works. It's 15 years, give or take another 10. It's close to 15 years old. Now the original Contra games are over 20. Now that's why you add the extra 10. Not to this one. Sorry, my math works in mysterious ways sometimes. Companies be like, wait, why do we have $100 extra in our paycheck this month? And they're like, oh crap, I paid them $100 extra. I don't know how the math. That's not how I actually do bills, but if I did, I'd be screwed. Don't bother with the puzzle bees. Actually, I'm going to, because I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, controller works. Just had a dumb moment there with the controller, I guess. Didn't count a button press. You can't just hold the button for enemy bounce in this. You actually have to do the press of a button when you hit the enemy. So unlike the minecart, you can just hold the button after you jump and get the extra bounce. But on an enemy, you gotta time it, which is easy to throw you off. Before we go any further, let me go stock back up on some items. I'm gonna get the crash card again. It's actually kind of like that. Give me a heart boost. I think a couple more squawks to go, because I might just have this song going forward for my sake. Because I just don't remember anything. That should be good. Let me go back to alternate. I've been playing back and forth in these control schemes, seeing what clicks. I might just want to stick with alternate. It's level summary. Oh, it just shows you all the different stats. So you get to see your time attacks, your completion rate, puzzle pieces. That makes sense. If you really wanted, heart boost would be good for a boss fight. Same for banana juice. I don't really think it's needed for a game that gives you 3 hearts instead of 2. Not to mention I can get Diddy and that would give me an extra 3 hearts, so I'm fine. 7 hearts is overkill for the first boss. Same for invincibility. Alright, let's go fight our first boss. It's this dude just eating all the bananas. I don't know why, but as a kid, when I saw this kind of enemy, it looked like it was something straight out of Donkey Kong 64. Even though this has nothing to do with the Kremlings. The first Donkey Kong game in the Country series to have nothing to do with Kremlings, which felt kind of weird. But they're Rare owned, so Nintendo can't just use them when they want. They need the license from Rare. So that's why we got Tikis, and that was the big thing I remember back in the day, people really hating on. It was the fact that we didn't have Kremlings, but knowing now it was a rights issue, I understand it. Back then, yeah, it stuck. I grew up with the older games that had the Kremlings. For them just be mysteriously gone, yeah, wasn't great. How? Oh, I also remember this being a factor. The bosses in this game sometimes being kind of weird to hit because of hitbox jank. So I'm just gonna start over because I'm only on 1 health. If I can skip that cutscene. I've already seen it. That's why I would also prefer to have Diddy for this fight. I start over specifically for the float. Nope, okay, forgot he does that because he's in another pinch phase. It's like 2 pinch phases for this. Also get real mad. And done. Like, these bosses actually are really not that hard. Doubly so when you have extra health, thanks to newer modes. You can damage boost through so much, and they give you health back. These fights, though, will be a pain on hard mode, because hard mode only gives you 1 health. And that's gonna be brutal. Wait for it. Now. Beat him to oblivion. This does not matter, but it makes you feel good inside. You just beat a Tiki head to death. The game doesn't even keep track of these hits, so it's just kind of a random thing they do at the end of boss fights. It was just to give you an excuse to shake that Wii remote violently. Because honestly, outside of that, I don't know why that little feature exists. Did it. We got a lot of World 1. Not all of it, but good enough. Look around. Get to see all different worlds. Although it does kind of feel like it's still snapping to each world. I like how the Tiki head moves with you, though. That's a nice touch. Can't zoom in, though, so I can't really see the later half of Worlds. You can see it ends on lava. Can't even see the secret world from here. Nowhere to be found on this map. You get one extra world that unlocks at the end, but it's not on DK Isle. I'm just gonna use squawks, I don't need anything else. Yeah, hopefully you guys have been enjoying just seeing this so far. It's fun for me to replay this game again. I will say, it's alright version. If you have the original or the 3D version of Donkey Kong Country Returns, there's honestly no reason to pick this up. Because I don't see enough here that's changed. This is literally the 3DS version with an HD touch to it. So if you have that version, you're probably good to go. But if you don't, this is probably the version I would say to go to nowadays. I love how it looks. Like, the best thing about this is the graphical uplift. It looks really clean. I just wish there was a little bit more done to modernize the game even more, because this modern mode doesn't have a lot of modern touches. It's just you carry more items and have more health. The fact they still have lives, I think, is the biggest problem, as I mentioned earlier. Flip over. You too. That's it. That's the section. That sucks. I want those bananas too, but I can't get to them now. Oh, well, it's just bananas. Bananas don't matter in the grand scheme because it's just the build up for an extra life. But honestly, when you're playing modern mode, the life system isn't really much of a factor. You have more than enough lives to work with here because you have so much health. Won't be dying as often. Honestly, most of your deaths I feel are going to come from just falling down a pit. Dude, I don't think it's possible to get all those. It doesn't matter, because it's not linked to a puzzle piece or anything. Nope, not high enough. I need this a little bit higher. There you go. And now I can grab the O. And now for an auto-scroller. Can't even affect this thing's overall, like, sinkage level. It's just weight bearing, that's it. The closer it gets to the end, the more it goes down. Alright, last puzzle piece is in here. It's a little bonus. Unfortunately, Scrox won't shut the heck up in here. It's like, I know there's a thing in this area. That's why I'm here. You don't need to tell me twice that there's a puzzle piece here. Oh, no. You've got to be kidding me. I was off by pixels, dude. I gotta do that again just because of one stupid banana. See, that's why I said that one sucks. Because it's very easy for you to shoot yourself in the middle and just end the game early. Now I gotta do it again. Thankfully, it's literally just right here. That was almost too fast. That was too fast, though. I'm really chancing it by just mashing the jump button. Again, it's right here, so I don't care to do this again. Ball to you, Def. Alright, wait this time. Don't go too fast. When I see it moving up or down, just don't fire. Now we're good to fire. Why are you still talking, Squawks? I got the piece. You're so loud for no reason. Get the puzzle pieces in this one fast, from what I remember. Like, we're just a little over halfway through the level, and we're done with the puzzle pieces. Now I just need to get me a G. I was hoping that wasn't gonna be a mistake, and it almost was. There's my G. Nope, too late. I just get a bunch of bananas. At least the middle option is balloons, so if you fail, you either get bananas, which is the worst thing, or you get a coin, which is fine. Actually, now thinking about it, I wish the balloon was the first object that you can get from this crate in the end, because I would rather have an extra life than a 10 stack of bananas. Don't do anything. Alright, let's go on without Squawks on this one. See if I can find the pieces without him. Because he got kind of obnoxious in the later half. Yeah, see, sure enough, I found one. Who needs that stinking bird, am I right? I can do this all on my own. Mine. Actually, is there anything else in this? Yeah, that's what I thought. Didn't think that would hurt, but alright. Dude, 3 pieces in like the first minute. I really don't hold back here. I think it's possible to constantly jump on those enemies, and if you can, then you can get some coins, maybe in a 1-up if you time it correctly. There's my background. That was called background crate. Okay, I was gonna say, did I miss that because of me rolling? My background barrel. Let's go. Well, that barrel was very useless. Look at the O and the N are pretty much right next to each other. Like, you don't need a hunt for the 2 letters. You just got on. Thankfully, it's better than the other on I know of, the Walmart brand of crap. I swear, their products are literally hit and miss. Some stuff is great, other stuff is landfill. AKA garbage. Dude. Thank you. I can make that. It didn't look like it was that low. Hear me? Easy. I almost jumped too late. And of course it didn't matter because they're just bananas. I want the coin one, man. Banana coin, best one. Keep getting unlucky with roulette. I'm gonna make a pit stop at the shop. This is where we can restock on things, but more importantly, get our key. We always need a key. I'll take another one of these, just to have in reserve. I'd rather use the invincibility than anything else. How many items do I have at max? Okay, you can carry more than 9, so it's probably like a 99 cap or something. Is this our first underwater level? Might be. This will be a level that's good to use the analog stick for. Because this game does have analog movement, as we showed earlier on. For both the original version and the modern ports. Even the 3DS version still had analog control because of the little tiny analog stick that system had. Circle Pad wasn't the best analog stick, but it still was analog. I think it's just in this plant. Yeah. Oh no, this is our first rocket barrel one. So you just hold the jump button to go higher. So you let go to descend. And this is one of the worst level types to get collectibles. Because it's essentially collect all of the bananas in a row to get a puzzle piece. So I hope you don't miss one. Otherwise, crash in a wall and try again. There's a lot of puzzle pieces like that in these levels. They are terrible to get all the pieces in. And unfortunately, the sequel, Tropical Freeze, has the exact same problem. Like, vehicle stage is probably some of the hardest to get all the pieces because of the one and done situations. Also, Squawks here is basically useless because he's only going to tell me a puzzle piece is here in the spawn location. Yeah, see, he basically said, hey, there's a puzzle piece here when I was on top of it. And of course I missed that one. He was still going off too, you know I missed it. I'm just going to take a drink. I'm gonna get the other piece again. I'm trying to remember the timing for grabbing both of these at the same time. It's very precise because they're so close to each other. So right here, you stay low, then you bank up, grab this, hover down, and I hear when you see the highest explosion near the piece, then you descend. Kind of precise, which is why the puzzle pieces in the rocket stages are terrible. Alright, bait this guy up above. Fire up there. We're good. Get wrecked. And that's it. Our last piece is at the end, so thankfully I don't have to worry about a one and done situation. Now, what's gonna suck though is if I don't get this piece, I will have to do all that stuff again in the rocket. So don't fall. There you go. I almost jinxed it. Oh, come on, man. Where are my banana coins? Not bananas. Alright, so this is 2 forces where we're going next. Let us get inventory. I'm going to take a DK barrel and a squawks, thank you. DK barrel should just give me a Diddy Kong immediately, which is nice after the rocket stage. One airborne Diddy, please. Thank you. Even though it wasn't airborne. Sorry, that's a drop-in mechanic. I just pulled this Diddy Kong literally out of my rear. Feel bad for him. Well, that's gonna suck now. I'm gonna have to do a roll jump. Honestly, the roll jump's easier than just doing the bounce off the enemy. Sometimes bouncing off an enemy for an item is just kind of a pain. I think I just made this worse on myself. Okay, barely. Shouldn't have pounded in that steak. I really don't know why Squawk's gotta keep on talking in here. Please stop, buddy. He's very vocal when you're in a bonus room, and he doesn't need to be. Careful the nukes. Probably nothing in this box, but I'm gonna check. It's better than nothing. You always take more coins. Been spending a lot of them as of late. Because of the Squawks army I decided to buy at the shop. Gotta grab this before I pound down on these boxes. Oh, I hate how that was faster than enemy spawning. Did I need that? I think I did. I had to. Oh, wow. I remember this one actually being bad now, looking at it. I need to bring that barrel all the way over here, specifically. So, this is where actually having the DK barrel item could be super beneficial. Because that's so far. I gotta dodge all of those cannonballs with a barrel in my hand. That's why I didn't get the other barrel and do anything. I have a backup. Even though it's even further away. Still backup. Ah, there it is. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen at the finish line. This one sucks. Because it's too long. Like, the idea is cool on paper, and then they make this section so long. And you don't get a Diddy Kong. Which, mind you, doesn't really change anything, because you're carrying a barrel the whole time. You can't roll anyways. Dude, how? Hitbox, what is that? I was standing between two different explosions, and of course it still hit me somehow. Because that makes sense. What's worse, thinking about if you're doing this in hard mode, because that's going to be my future probably at some point, is that you have to do all of this without a checkpoint. Now, the puzzle pieces do stay collected, but that doesn't matter. I have to play an entire level for a second chance if I fail this. That's what sucks if you don't have a checkpoint. So basically, get this first try, idiot. Don't go too fast here, just take your time. I hate this so much. I can literally see where the puzzle piece is. I'm getting wrecked. I think the damage counts when the smoke cloud is going more than the actual fire. Yeah, because I'm getting hit by the smoke and not the fire. The hitbox is very deceptively large. No, I don't need help. You can't even help with this anyways, because you can bypass the item I want. Yeah, let me see something. Okay, so, yeah, they both count as a hitbox, but that puff cloud is... You've got to be kidding me. Well, I did say I have a backup. I just don't like how I have to go get it. Wait, no, I used the backup. Well, so much for this. Let me test a new theory, then. Yep, look at that. I jumped straight in the fire. It didn't hurt me. It's only when it hits the ground. And the hitbox is deceptively large because of how it's hitting the ground. Are you kidding me? It's easier to brute force it than the wait. And it's not even like, here you go, have your puzzle piece. Now you have to do a bonus game too. You do that super hard section trying to get through with a barrel without taking damage, and you're not even done. They know how to replicate old school difficulty, don't they, here? Retro knew what they were doing. They could have played that one bonus inside of a bonus in Donkey Kong Country, the original. I'm like, yeah, we can do that too. We can make things hard. I didn't even get them all! Which one did I even miss? Oh, who cares? At this point, I just want out. I was literally in that level for, what? Almost 10 extra minutes because of one piece? I don't care. Trying to remember what this level was, if this is the water level or not. Because this is a beach, and yet so far we have not gone underwater. Doesn't this game even have the underwater stuff? I don't remember if it did. I think water is just a hazard. We'll find out. I don't think they'll respawn. No, of course he did, but I killed it immediately. Wait. Just wait. Oh, you can't make that anyways. I can grab, so I'm definitely supposed to be able to get over there. That makes sense. It's just for money. Is that a thing I can throw something? I think that's just a background object. Oh, is it this level? Oh, jeez, I remember this level now. If this is the one I'm thinking of. Oh, I'm feeling some hitches here, though. Oh, yeah, this doesn't feel great. Yeah, the game is randomly dropping frames. Oh. Is this not the one I was thinking of? I don't think it is. It might be the next level in the upcoming path then, because there's a level where you have to deal with the water being a background object. So far, it's just the octopus, which is not even that bad to dodge. Yeah, no, it's not this level. This is just the octopus hazard. Speak rats. Get out of here. Give me that coin. Well, see you later, Diddy. Didn't mean to go that far, but it's whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a DK barrel up ahead. It usually is after a checkpoint. Usually, I say, as the last level didn't have that happen. Oh, come on! I just noticed the coins as soon as I left. And it's hard to time this, because if you wait for the DK logo, you will die. So I can't wait there for too long. I don't want to get destroyed by the big ol' octopus. Just like last level, I missed a puzzle piece. So it really is showing Squawks is not the end all be all for finding all these pieces, because I've missed a couple with him by my side. I'm so focused on the rest of the level, I'm still missing a lot of them. Alright, while this one's loading, I want to look up if this game actually had a water level. Because I don't think it did. Well, at least according to what I'm finding on Google so far, I think it is not the case. Yeah, okay. People are, you know, here's the funny thing. It's a story of two words here. This is why you don't trust the AI overview specifically from Google, because it's horrible. So this is what the Gemini AI overview gave me. Several underwater levels in Donkey Kong Country Returns, which includes these specific levels here. Scroll down a bit, scroll down a bit, scroll down a bit. Retro's reason for excluding water levels. They flat out said at one point, water levels were slow paced, so they were not put in the game. They're not in the game. There are no swimming levels here in Country Returns. Google doesn't think that. They think, yes, there is. Here you go. Here are some water levels, even though these are not from Country Returns. Ah, what a failure of an AI. I know that's almost most of AIs nowadays when you talk about these stupid things, because AI technology is so inaccurate. But Google's is flat out one of the worst. I don't think I've had a single thing Google Gemini has told me that's actually accurate. If I don't use it, it's terrible. Oh, I missed the banana. Gonna bug me, because now I gotta go up for literally one banana. Yeah, I can't reach it from down here, so I gotta jump up, so they go right round, and boop, that's done. My idea was going from bottom to top, and then top to bottom. But now I had to do bottom, top, bottom, top, and then done. It's kind of a mess. My route was ruined from one stinking banana. You know, there's no actual underwater level stage in this. They still had to use aquatic ambient somehow. A nice remix of the song. It is just a shame that there are no actual swimming levels in this, and that's what Donkey Kong Country was known for. I really hope that wasn't a puzzle piece, because I think it might have been. Should have had Squawks on for this. I like this little touch, though. I don't remember if these come back in any of the other levels. I just like the idea of bowling through literal chickens. Actually, not really chickens. They just kind of look like it. I think they're supposed to be like pelicans or something. It's a bird you're supposed to actually find on a beach. You're not gonna find a chicken at the beach. Actually, if anything, they're supposed to be more like seagulls. But they're so long-necked, I think they're pelicans. I love the little touch back there. You see your animal friend just in a boat trying to survive. Like, it looked like the elephant was trying to take out water. He might have been sucking in water for all we know. Nope. Trying to, no, okay, come on. I love the ground pound system in this game. It's so foolproof. Stand still, gets a rollout instead. Come on, dude. It wasn't like I was gonna get them all anyway, so I already missed one, so it probably was back in that section I thought of. I don't know what it is. I don't know if this is placebo or if it also felt sometimes unresponsive in Tropical Freeze. But I swear, sometimes it just does feel like the roll and the pounds didn't come out correctly in this game. But again, I grew up with the Wii version, which was nothing but... So, mapping these controls to a physical button should make things more accurate, but sometimes it just doesn't feel like it is. This was the level I was thinking of before. This music, though, you can definitely tell Retro Studios made this specifically. This just sounds like Metroid Prime 2 music, flat out. Like the whoop style sound effect you hear in the background, that flat out sounds like it came straight from the same sound chip they used for Metroid Prime 2. Yeah, this specific piece of music. I thought that was a secret, even though squawks didn't go off. Why did my brain say go down anyways? I don't know. Okay, thought I was gonna die there. Shocking I didn't. Should have actually died. Two for the price of one on this little puzzle piece game. Get one outside, get one inside. No, I didn't mean to do that. I pressed the button like a frame late, so I shot right instead of down right. You know what? I do feel a little dirty, so I think I'm gonna take a quick bath. Don't mind me. Ah, nice and clean. This I remember being actually one of the hardest levels in the whole game, and that's saying a lot. This is World 2. But instant death mechanic always makes it one of the hardest things in any game. This is no exception. Like, it's so easy to run a little too far ahead and then just go right in the drink. I've done that too many times to count in this stage. No, oh my god, dude, seriously, frame late. I hate how fast these things can move. I'm still a little dirty, so I think I'm due for a second bath. Ah, that should be better. I forgot that was also a problem in the stage. You have one little pinky toe out from under the rock? Oh, sorry, man. That's it. That's game over. Bye-bye. Like I was not even outside. Seriously. Pixel peeped that? I was still behind the rock. Like I'm now literally waiting longer because I just don't trust things. There, finally. Now I don't have to take any more baths. We're finally gonna move on. I think that's only 3 or 5. Also, I don't think this level gives you a Donkey Kong barrel, so I don't think I get Diddy. Oh, here it is. Alright, I was gonna say, I can't go this whole level without my buddy. Kinda need his hit points. Get wrecked. This section's very punishing. Those windows? Yeah, that's not just a cosmetic thing. Water splashes through, which means you can instantly die there. It sucks. Also, where's my last puzzle piece? Hello? Box? I think I missed it. Because that's the ending there. Are you serious? Oh, sorry, Diddy's tail existed just slightly out of the water. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's just take the entire crew. Jeez, dude, this water stage mechanic, I swear. Nope. Okay, that was just me being greedy. I know I got this one. Box isn't going off anyways. I think I'm just SOL on the puzzle piece. I'm gonna die. Holy crap, I barely survived that. I'm just gonna go. Dude, seriously, like I'm nowhere near this water. Why? Every time, man. Every time I died from the water. I'm like a pixel in it at most. It's so stupid. Like, that's why I don't like this level. This is legit one of the hardest levels in this game, and it's in World 2. It's especially punishing if you're a fast player, so if you're impatient, you're gonna die way more often than you should. I'm just gonna leave. I do not care about this puzzle piece. I want to get out of here. I'll find it later. Wait, 5 or 5? I thought it said 4 or 5. I guess I just misread it? That's even worse. I was just stupid. Great. My favorite mistake. Brain fart. Alright, it doesn't matter. We're done there. We got a boss. And also our secret level. So let's go do 2K. I'm not gonna use squawks for this. The real challenge is figuring things out on your own. We're just doing that. Kind of ironic for the water level to have a lava stage. Just saying, kind of comes out of nowhere. These stages are supposed to have their own kind of vibes to them, so it doesn't really matter, I guess, is the grand scheme. Yep, I had a feeling that was gonna happen. Now the level becomes harder, because I don't have my friend. You don't get ditties in these secret levels, so... Oh, wait, no, this one you do. Okay, I'm just having all the brain parts tonight. I forgot about that. You literally just saw the platform come down. I just forgot it goes that fast. Dude, oh my god. I forgot how delayed that was. That's horrible. It takes a millennium for the platform you need to stand on to come down for you to stand on it. That's just terrible, man. I'm just gonna move on here. We don't need anything. I'm just going. I just want the coin. Dude, really? No, not again! That happens so much in these levels, I swear. Because if I remember correctly, every single one of these K levels, they're all similar to this, like pseudo auto-scrollers. They have to kind of wait around a lot on these. I made a mistake going for that head. I didn't know it was gonna go that far over. And that definitely no! Screw you, this is a bonus level. Shouldn't even be here. Good to know that pig's still as aggressive as ever, because that guy just shows up if you're bad for 3 minutes. This was during the era of Nintendo games where they were very hand-holdy. Ah, crap. So, stuff like that didn't need to be a thing. I don't need this pig to tell me every 5 minutes I'm terrible at video games, but in this era, that's what Nintendo did. The Wii was filled with such a casual audience. Any hardcore game, which is not even that hardcore, but that's just saying a lot for that audience type back in the mid to early 2010s. Like late 2000s, early 2010s, what I mean. This kind of audience was a very, very casual focus market, so like, make it easier for young kids and older adults. We'll just put an assist mode in like every game, even though they didn't need them in almost every one of their games. Just saying. At least they're optional, but it does get kind of annoying to see that pig taunt me every 2 seconds. I wait this time. It's a little nerve-wracking how long you gotta wait. Oh, crap. I missed that puzzle piece. You have to go fast for that one. Which is ironic. Some of these you gotta go slow, and then others you gotta go fast. It's kind of hard to predict. The saving grace right now is because I'm failing so much, I'm getting a lot of banana coins. That's gonna help for shop's sake. wait. No, remember, gotta go fast. Can't wait on this one. And then this is the exact opposite. I gotta go up, so I gotta be a little faster, not too slow. There's all my pieces. Now I just gotta go to the end. Why? You pressed the jump button, it didn't come out! Oh my god, man, seriously? He barely walked off the edge, so because DK, I guess, was like off the air for a split second, the game's like, well, you're not actually gonna be able to jump, sorry, buddy. So I just got screwed. Alright, well, this is the last time I gotta run through this level now if I play my cards right. So I got all the collectibles. I just gotta beat it. It's not hard now for me to beat it when I know the pattern. Especially because now I can just skip the hard parts. The hard parts are getting the puzzle pieces. Why was I greedy? That's just on me. Saw that for a split second. The game definitely had a chug moment. I guess I went too fast in this stage and the game just didn't know what to do with it, so it dropped frames. It's so weird to see sometimes that a game that didn't have this problem originally, like the Wii version of this game ran like a rock solid 60, no drops at all. Meanwhile, this version every once in a while is dropping a couple frames here and there, so you can see the stutter. How does that happen on better hardware? Mind you, from what I heard, this is, I think, one of the best ports this team did, because I don't remember their name. But the team that ported this version of Donkey Kong Country Returns is the same team that's responsible for the newer Panzer Dragoon game, along with that House of the Dead remake that came out a little while back. And both of those, I heard, were horrible in terms of optimization. So, I guess they finally had a good release for once. And that's saying a lot when it still has frame dips and bad loading. Instead of having Retro Studios work on this, they had to outsource it, which sucks. Because I know why Nintendo didn't have Retro just do the port of Country Returns. Kind of like what they did for Tropic Freeze. They're currently working on Metroid Prime 4. So we'll just get someone else to do it. Unfortunately, that said someone else had a bad track record. I'm just glad this wasn't a Sonic Colors Ultimate situation or a Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, where a company just picked the wrong one to outsource a project to. I'd say more of the BDSP thing, because that game got completely broken in half due to its remake. Colors Ultimate was just a mess because they had to build it from the ground up. They're both equally bad, but I think Pokemon had the worst of it for its remake. Oh no, they're eating our bananas! We get angry at that. Remember the last time? We were furious. Alright, it's fighting time. Can't remember, can you just like roll through these guys when they're like that? Well, I mean, in this case I can, because that's how I stun you. No, it just flips them. There's no point. I gotta pound, and then I can flip them over. That's what I need to do. Did like BTSP? You're one of the very few I hear say that. Honestly, I I thought it was decent, but I would rather go back and play Platinum any day of the week. It had too many problems, in my opinion. I didn't like how they regressed on so many things. Like, in terms of bugs, I was able to look past a lot of it because I didn't run into a lot of bugs that a lot of other people did. But in terms of core design, I felt that, yeah, it was definitely the weaker version of 4th gen because you can just play Platinum and get a more full experience. So why didn't we just port that? It was the same problem that Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire had. And that's good, but also, why would I play that over Emerald? Why do I think I couldn't do that yet? Really? I love how that hitbox, like I'm nowhere near, it's like, I got him. That's the thing, hitbox in this game can sometimes be a little janky. But this is a game for the 2010s, so I'm not too surprised to hear that. Wasn't horrible. Kind of. I don't know. It's hard for me to argue against how good or bad BDSP was, because I just remember my experience, I was just kind of pushing my way through it. I thought it was okay enough, but I also remember not liking it, really. So I'm probably not one to say. It wasn't because it was, like, horribly glitchy. I just thought it was boring. Like, compared to just Platinum, it just felt like it was just too easy and it had too many problems. So I honestly wouldn't go back to that game unless I had a very specific reason. Which normally anymore is just for video's sake. Make it totem. Let's go. Like, this fight takes forever because it's so drawn out. Thankfully, there's no real pinch phase to this. You just have to hit them twice individually and then twice as a group, and then I just give up. So in reality, it's not much longer than the first boss, but it just feels like it is because it takes longer to do anything. Yeah, it definitely feels like a little bit more of an input delay because I'm hitting the buttons, but it didn't do the combo that fast. I guess that's the side effect of moving a motion control thing to a physical button. There's more of a delay, which is probably why I feel like some things aren't coming out correctly. Could just be because of that conversion. But there you go. That's it for World 2. That's another stage down. But with that, I'm actually going to call it here tonight because I don't want to play this whole game on stream. That's not the point. I wanted to sample this because that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to sample. So I'm going to go back to World 1, and as I'm going to end, I'm going to do one other thing here. I want to try this game's time attack, which it shouldn't be any different. I just want to feel the buttons being better for this kind of thing for speedrunning. I want to see if I can do a better job without having motion control. I should be able to, because I did with the classic controller mod on Wii. Put over mediocre. You know what? That's probably the best way to say that, because I know not much really disappoints you, man. If you get angry at a game, then they really have to have screwed up. I know you definitely put up with more things a lot of other people can. So that's good on you for that reason. It is technically a good trait to have. But at the same time, on that situation, I wouldn't want to support a company that wants to outsource their game to someone else that don't know what they're doing and makes a worse product. That's when I would want to vote with my money. Dude, that HUD is massive. Holy crap. They made it a little too big. They didn't make it that. It's like they quadrupled its size. Definitely made some mistakes here and there, but I think I'm doing decent so far. Probably could have done a roll jump to save like maybe 2 seconds. I was afraid it wouldn't come out in time. This is so much better just to click in my buttons than actually have to shake my controller for this. And GG's. But that was much faster than the Wii one, because I got like a 56 on Wii. And here, it is a 54, which is more in line to my best score on the Wii, which used a classic controller. Oh, yeah, that's about right. I do better with physical buttons. Who would have guessed? Alright, but that's gonna do it for tonight. I just wanted to play some of this game, because, again, I do want to visit this again in the future. It'll probably be the distant future. I need to play through the entire game and just get a feel for it, and to unlock hard mode and also mirror mode. I don't know how you unlock mirror mode specifically, if it's just a thing you get for beating the game like you do for hard mode in modern version only, or if it's modern and original, so there's some stuff I gotta look into. So I want to come back to this in the future, do a hard mode 100 run like I did for Tropical Freeze all those many years back. So that's something in the pipeline, but tonight it was a nice little sample of the newer version of the game. I like it. I think they could have done more, unfortunately. Like, the fact that this is literally just taking all the fixes from the 3DS version, because they literally didn't do anything else. It's just the 3D version, but with HD graphics. That is it. So if you own the original or the 3D versions, if you own either one of these two versions, you don't need the newer one, because there's really no big selling point here outside of cleaner graphics. That is it. If you have either one of these, then I would wait for a price drop, because $60 is a lot to ask for a game like this. I mean, for years they sold the 3D version for 20 bucks. That's how much I paid for this one. So I would say it's worth it. Maybe wait for a sale. But it's still the same old Donkey Kong Country Returns that I remember. Still a great game. Surprised there's no intro video playing yet, though. Did they remove that? Because if I wait a few seconds on the Wii version, there's an intro video here. Oh, there it is. I was like, come on. If you remove that, that would be the dumbest thing, but it wouldn't be the first time I've seen that happen. The Switch versions for Pikmin 1 and 2 removed their in-game demos for reasons unknown. Although I think the Wii versions did too, so it might just be because of the new play crap. Either way. This was fun. I enjoyed my time with this. We'll revisit this probably sometime in the future, but tonight was like a nice little first impressions of the newer version of Country Returns. So with that said, we're going to do something like this again on Thursday. I have another game in mind that I also want to do a little first impressions on, so I'm not going to say what it is just yet. I'll leave that as a surprise for people, so you get to see what it is for yourself on Thursday. But it is something else that came out within the past couple months on the Switch. I'll just say that much. So it's another new release. But with that said, that's going to do it for tonight's stream. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you back here on Thursday for another first impressions of another video game. Take care and have a good night, guys.